There is a weapon that you carry with you every single day. But you are too afraid to use it. You are afraid of it because society has trained you to fear one specific thing. We are taught from childhood that silence is empty. We are taught that if we are not speaking, we are not contributing. If we are not explaining ourselves, we are losing the argument. But if you look at the most dangerous people in history, if you look at the master manipulators, the negotiators, and the true leaders, you will notice a terrifying pattern. They do not drown you in noise. They drown you in silence. Today we are going to learn how to use the void. We are going to learn why staying quiet is actually the most aggressive move you can make in any social interaction. The vacuum effect. To understand why this works, we have to look at how the human brain is wired. Human beings are social animals. For our ancestors, being ignored by the tribe meant death. It meant you were being exiled to the wilderness. So your brain evolved a specific alarm system. It constantly scans other people for feedback. When you talk to someone, you expect a nod. You expect a smile. You expect a reply. This is called social data. But when someone goes silent in the middle of a conversation, it triggers a primal fear in our brain. It is called the vacuum effect. Nature hates a vacuum. Physics teaches us that if you create an empty space, matter will rush in to fill it. Psychology works the exact same way. When you are silent, you create a massive gap in the conversation, and the other person's brain will desperately try to fill that gap. They cannot help it. It is a biological reflex. Usually, they fill it by revealing things they never intended to say. They start over-explaining. They start justifying. They reveal their insecurities. You didn't ask them to. You simply created the space, and they fell into it. The Bismarck Strategy. Let me tell you a story about how this plays out in the highest levels of power. In the 19th century, there was a man named Otto von Bismarck. They called him the Iron Chancellor. He was the man who united Germany. He was known for being terrifying to negotiate with. There is a famous account of a young, ambitious diplomat who was sent to meet Bismarck. The young man was nervous. He had prepared a long speech. He wanted to impress the Chancellor with his intelligence and his arguments. He walks into the room. Bismarck is sitting at his desk, reading papers. The young man starts speaking. He talks fast. He compliments Bismarck. He explains his country's position. He talks for 5 minutes straight, laying out all his demands. Bismarck doesn't look up. He doesn't say a word. He just keeps reading. The young man starts to sweat. The silence in the room grows heavy. He thinks, is he angry? Did I say something wrong? Is my offer too low? So the young man starts backtracking. Of course, he stammers, we are willing to compromise. We don't need everything I just asked for. We can lower our price. The young man is now negotiating against himself. He is lowering his own value, just to get a reaction. Finally, Bismarck looks up. He stares at the young man for a long, heavy 10 seconds. He doesn't smile, he doesn't frown, he just stares. And then he simply says, good, and he goes back to reading. The meeting was over. The young man had lost the battle before Bismarck even fired a shot. This is the power of the strategic void. Bismarck understood that if he argued, he would be treating the young man as an equal. By staying silent, he remained a superior. He forced the young man to chase his approval. The 3 pillars of silent power. So, how do you apply this? You don't need to be a chancellor. You can use this tomorrow at work or in your relationships. You need to master 3 specific types of silence. Type 1, the processing pause. Most people listen to respond. Watch 2 people arguing. Person hasn't even finished their sentence, and person B is already starting to speak. This makes you look weak. It makes you look reactive. It shows that you have no control over your impulses. The next time someone asks you a difficult question or insults you, do not answer immediately. Wait, count to 3 in your head. 1, 2, 3, look at them while you count. This signals to their brain that you are not reactive, you are analytical, you are not under their control, you are evaluating them. That 3-second pause creates a tiny spike of anxiety in their brain. They wonder, what is he thinking? And when you finally speak, your words will carry double the weight. Type 2, the refusal to explain. I can't come to the party because my car broke down and my mom is sick and I have a headache. Stop. Every excuse you give is a doorway for someone to argue with you. If you say, I can't come because of my car, they will say, I'll pick you up. Now you are trapped. Powerful people use the naked no. They say, that doesn't work for me. And then they stop talking. They let the silence do the heavy lifting. The other person waits for the excuse, but it never comes. It forces them to accept your boundary because there is nothing for them to grab onto. There is no handle on a smooth wall. Type 3, the emotional void. This is the most dangerous one and the most effective. When someone is screaming at you, when they are trying to start a fight, they are looking for a reflection. They want you to scream back. It validates their anger. If you yell, they feel justified in yelling. But if you remain silent and calm, you deny them that reflection. You become a mirror. Without your noise to distract them, they are forced to hear how loud and unstable they sound. They will often get louder at first, trying to provoke you, and then suddenly they will stop. They will feel foolish. They will feel like a child throwing a tantrum in front of an adult. You didn't fight them. You let them fight themselves. The interrogation technique. Let's go deeper. Let's look at how professionals use this to extract the truth. In police interrogations, there is a technique called the pregnant pause. A detective asks a suspect a question. "Where were you on Friday night?" The suspect lies. "I was at home." An amateur would ask the next question immediately. To a master detective, he nods and then stays silent. He just looks at the suspect. He maintains eye contact. He lets the silence stretch. 5 seconds, 10 seconds. The suspect's brain starts to panic. The vacuum effect kicks in. The suspect thinks, "Why isn't he asking another question? Does he know I'm lying? Did I say it wrong?" So the suspect starts talking again to fix it. I was mostly at home. I might have gone out for cigarettes." Boom. The story has changed. The lie is exposed. The detective didn't have to beat the confession out of him. He just gave him enough silence to hang himself. You can use this. When you think someone is lying to you, ask your question, get their answer, and then just wait. Keep looking at them. Watch how quickly they start to fix their story. Conclusion, the eye of the storm. The world will tell you that you need to be loud to be heard. The world will tell you that the squeaky wheel gets the grease. The world is wrong. The squeaky wheel gets replaced. Noise is just energy leaking out. Silence is energy contained. The next time you feel the urge to prove yourself, the next time you feel the urge to correct someone, the next time you feel the urge to fill the awkward silence, resist it. Let the silence sit there. Let it grow heavy. Watch how the people around you scramble to fill it. Watch how they reveal their true intentions. Be the Bismarck in the room, be the void. Because in the game of power, the one who speaks first loses.